Hey guys. Alright, so did some dry brushing on the board last night. Well, that was one of the pieces that I hadn't realized was still attached when I sprayed it. And by the way, I used a spray can on this. The reason why that's interesting is because this is actually pink foam, the insulation foam. All of this that you see, all the well, with the exception of the sand, of course, but all of these pieces were carved from pink foam. And anyway, I had bought Magma and Ash recommended using black latex paint, so I went out and I got a can of black latex paint, and I got the brushes out and everything, and I thought, this ought to go on really smoothly, and I never got around to trying it because I remembered that there's an H2O paint that is put out by Krylon, and basically I went with the H2O black paint, which actually unfortunately has a gloss. I don't know if they make a flat. I didn't find it if they do, but anyway, so that's why everything kind of has a bit of a sheen to it, which is okay, I guess, because if it's like volcanic rock, it can have a sheen. I'll probably go over it with something that might dull it, like a matte finish or something. It'll have to be a brush on or something like that. Maybe some kind of a dull coat that won't melt the plastic or melt the foam. So anyway, for those of you who are doing terrain and don't want to take the time to paint on a base coat, that's kind of nice to be able to spray on a base coat that won't melt the foam. Also, because it's the H2O paint, they say it's safe to spray indoors, but let me tell you, it stinks, so I wouldn't spray it indoors. So the rest of your family's probably not going to be too pleased if you stink up the house, because it outgasses for, I left it out on the back porch for probably 2-3 hours, and it was still kind of smelly when I decided to bring it in, and it had to be 85 degrees outside. So anyway, here's a model for scale. Just to give you guys, it's a pretty small board. Like I said, this is just 2 foot by 2 foot, and because I carved off the end, it's probably not quite that. I haven't measured it, but anyway, like I said, it's just a smaller part of a bigger board. So anyway, and I tried to model this so that a unit would be able to traverse this without being out of cohesion. I think aside from the wobbly model syndrome, which I think is how it's worded in the rule book, they should be able to traverse it and remain in cohesion. So anyway, and then of course these pieces, which will probably support too. Anyway, the other thing, and this was really cool, a Forge World drop pot. I got this from Neuicon. I was fortunate enough to see his video and instant message him like right away, and he was kind enough to sell it to me. I paid him significantly more than he asked for in the video. For the sake of his privacy, I won't say what, but I'll be honest, I felt kind of bad. He said for $5 he would sell it, and he offered it to me for that price when I asked him. But in fairness to him, I thought, that's really, this model goes for what, $90 plus shipping from Forge World. So I thought $5, that's a bit much. So anyway, I guess it's just kind of my nature. Anyway, so enough about that. Okay. So here, this is not my army. Well, it is my army, but it's not my Blood Raven's army. This is a Blood Angel's army that I got from a guy at the game shop. He was a little upset about the new codex and pretty much ready to get rid of it, so without putting his business out there, I would just say that it was a heck of a deal. Anyway, so there's the tactical squads. There is the assault. Here is the Death Company. Or, yeah, isn't it Death Company? Anyway, there's two chaplains. It's kind of hard to see because of the light, but anyway. I think there's more than you can legally field in the current codex anyway. I think there's 15 all total. So anyway, and they're all the metal models. All of them with jump packs except for the guys. I think there's 3 guys standing there, but I think those jump packs are loose somewhere. Anyway, so each one of the tactical squads is a plasma pistol and power fist. No heavy weapons, melta guns, and then there's another squad of tactical Marines there with no weapons, no heads. He has the heads and the weapons and stuff, so he said he's going to bring those. But I think here's the what is it? Yeah, the librarian who beat the Thirst, and Corbello, and then 3 Bale or Ball Predators. Pretty cool. So anyway, I know it's not my army. I said I would, but my board is not finished, so anyway. Yeah, so I thought Blood Angels seemed kind of cool, despite the complaints about their codex. Granted, I haven't read the whole thing. I mean, it looks pretty cool. They're a little points heavy, but they do get some pretty cool stuff. So I don't know if I agree with the argument that the Death Company is free because everything else costs so much. So I think you're really paying for it. You're just spreading the cost out. So anyway, alright, so that's that. Thanks for watching, guys.